they act like they've been just
absolutely wronged.
Yeah, like
yeah, they had no clue.
They never saw it coming.
They never saw it coming. They're a total victim.
Yeah.
Absolutely total victim. Yeah.
They just can't believe it's happening to them.
Nope.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember my ex just being in total denial about it, you know, after constantly telling me that he hated me, that he didn't want to be married to me, just character assassinating me constantly, smearing me, just taking no accountability for anything, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you're my wife. What are you doing? I don't want to get divorced. It's like, you don't?
Yeah.
You're gonna fool me. Right?
I know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh, okay. So, and then another thing that they say, I noticed that we both had similar situations in this, because my ex said this like towards the end of it. He was always saying like, I know who you really are, Carrie. Like, I see you. I see through you.
Oh yeah. I've had that a lot, you know?
Yeah. I think they say this. They say this because they know they're projecting. They know that you finally see who they are. Like, you see their true colors, so they're trying to deflect it.
Yeah.
Because they're so smart. They're actually really smart. And they're very calculated on how they control and manipulate people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you know, I just got to the point where I didn't care anymore about any of it. You know, I'm like, you can tell anybody anything you want to. I don't care. Mm-hmm. You can put it on the front page of the paper. You can take out that ad on during the Super Bowl. It doesn't make any difference. You know, I don't care what anyone thinks. Don't care what you think. Don't care what, you know.
No.
Don't care what anyone thinks. This is done and it's over. And come what may, I'm out of here.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And once you've come to that, isn't it so freeing to come to that place where you're just like, you know what? Whatever the consequences, I'm going to pay it. And I am just happy and thankful to be free.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember waking up every morning for like 2 years after I left my abuser.
Yeah. Just being thankful.
Yeah. Just saying, thank you, God, every single morning. Thanking him for being free. Just not being with that person.
Yeah.
Because it is like prison, isn't it?
It is. Sometimes it can be a very nice prison from the outside.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's worse.
Yeah. And I remember my ex, like we've talked about, saying, he would say to me, we have such a great life, Carrie. Look at our life. You know, we had the nice big house. We had all the nice things. He was constantly showering me with gifts and things and trips and all kinds of stuff, you know? Stuff. But that's all it is. It's just stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, you know, when someone is willing to just leave all that behind, completely walk away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walked away with basically the contents of my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just willing to just.
But according to the smear campaign, that's, you know.
That's not the case.
That wasn't the case.
Yeah, of course not.
You know.
Of course not.
Yeah. But it's all good.
Yeah. It is. And it is so freeing. Marriage is supposed to glorify God. Marriage was designed to honor and glorify God. And so if you're in a marriage that is abusive and toxic, and that person is not willing to be obedient to the Lord at all, and they're just living according to their own narrative and what they want, and they claim to be a Christian on top of it and live like a hypocrite, then it's doing anything but honoring and glorifying God. So in that case, it's better to not be married. Not be married. If you cannot be in a marriage that is honoring to God, there's no point in being in it, kids involved or not, because that is the true design that God created for marriage. It's supposed to embody the bride-Christ relationship he has with us. And so if it's not doing that, the example that it is setting for the kids is not going to be healthy for them. It's not going to be healthy for their future relationships either. And in that case, you're better off not being married. You're better off being divorced from that person. And I want women, because I think women tend to struggle with this more, especially because we carry the man's last name, like, it doesn't matter how many times you've been married, it doesn't matter how many times you've been divorced. Don't be ashamed by that. Regardless, if you end up in a situation where you marry someone that is different, completely different than he painted himself out to be and who you thought he was before you got married, and it is abusive, okay? Do not stay in that marriage. I don't care if you've been married a week, 2 days, 6 months,
20 years,
30 years. It doesn't matter, because that person, if they are a narcissist, they're not going to change. And that is the hardest thing for us to accept, right, babe?
Yeah.
It's especially, Christian women, we're built to be nurturers. And, if you're not a narcissistic woman and you're a believer, you are always trying to work around it and be a better Christian, be more forgiving, be this and that. And none of that is going to make a difference with a narcissist.
That's right.
Right, baby?
Can we go to bed now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.